Well, I think the objective was to look at a cultural exchange to enable students to explore a little bit more the Asian connection that we have with this community, and exploring through the Sarawak campus was a really smart way to be able to do that. And I think the students are going to have an amazing experience in classrooms here. I think the opportunity to observe, to think a bit more about their practice, have a look at what other people's practice looks like, is always a very valuable experience. And I know that already the conversations that students are having around their practice, around what they're going to look at in classrooms, has been really valuable.
Well, AsiaBound, it's a sort of program that you would say, why wouldn't you do it? And I think it's a great pity that we're limited in numbers to just 10 in each group coming over, twice a year I think it is. 10 students getting an experience here in Miri, getting into local schools, understanding Borneo and the culture, actually finding out that there's a fully fledged part of Curtin University here as well at the same time, that's been here for 15 years. That's a great opportunity. I think that if I were a student on the AsiaBound programme now, I'd be looking at it in terms of what it's going to do to give me an extra edge when I go for career interviews, or put it down on a portfolio of things that I've done.
It's an amazing campus, and we were surprised how similar it is to the Curtin buildings from Bentley. So there is a real, you'd walk around it if you didn't know any different, and you'd be like, this looks familiar, why does this look so familiar? So it's lovely, it's a lovely echo, but it has some really nice unique features, and I think the spaceship new library is absolutely fabulous. It's a nice new space that you've got. So I think it's a fabulous place for students, and it's got very nice, warm, peaceful feel about it.
We're giving experiences of a part of the world that very few people get to travel to. Although we've been here such a long time, it's still remarkable that people don't know that Curtin University has been here since the last decade, the last century in fact, if you think about it. And that's an important thing. We're a very big part of what happens in this part of the world, and we have a great deal of influence when it comes to industry and commerce in the region, because we're still the main university for this part of Sarawak, or this part of Borneo. It's a different atmosphere, and those students that actually come from the Bentley campus and spend a year or two with us have the greatest time. It's a different environment, it's not a big city environment, it's a studious environment. Our students do take their studies pretty seriously, but we're also a fun place to be. So I'm sure that if students haven't really experienced Asia, that this is one of the best things they could do. Not lost in a big city, but supported here around the campus with a home base, and also with people who will look after them in the community and take them to those places that you only see on documentaries about wildlife and about the remote parts of the world. This is where we are, and this is what they'll get from coming here.
For the school, it's tremendously enriching to have international teachers from lots of different locations, which we would recruit anyway, to have a small group of Australian teachers joining us here, bringing their experiences from their courses, from their home countries, from the diversity of educational experiences they've had prior to their university. Coming here is superb, because they add an awful lot from what they've learned and upskill our teachers while they're here, which is marvellous. In the same way, I hope that the very diverse nature of both our student body and our teaching community here will do likewise. And certainly in my experiences around the world, I see an awful lot of educational environments moving towards this sort of very diverse structure, and I think that giving them the opportunity to see this in action as it is on the international circuit can be, well, hugely enriching for their future careers, because I suspect it's going to be the shape of the classroom to come. We would love to be more involved with this sort of program in the future. The opportunity for students to do a short practice, a full teaching practice, and placement in a school such as ours, or indeed any of the Tenby schools across Malaysia, I know this is something which we would be very, very pleased to work with Curtin University as fully as possible in the future, as I think it would bring a great deal to both institutions and the students.
I think that with the 21st century learners who have a strong sense of a global community, this is absolutely pivotal to have the experiences. And I think as our students come from further and further across the globe, having a greater understanding of the different communities, different cultures is really, really important. So I think this will be the beginning, hopefully, of an expanded idea that students will be able to come here and be able to be in this space. And we'd really like to explore maybe doing some longer teaching pracs where students can feel they've got a little bit more time for preparation and implementation, because this is very much just a beautiful drop in and have a little visit rather than anything deeper and longer. So I think it would be lovely.
It has been fantastic to examine a number of different curriculums in practice within numerous different contexts. The experience has really changed my perspective and broadened my horizons about the possibilities of working internationally. I look forward to bringing my newfound knowledge and understandings back to Australia.
My experience here in Miri has been priceless. I really valued being able to see different teaching methods being implemented across various different contexts, and I'm really looking forward to being able to take those home, especially because I've been interested in teaching internationally.
Teaching internationally was not a career path I had originally considered. However, having the opportunity to come and experience a new country, new cultures, new teaching practices across different contexts has really sparked an interest, and I hope that I can take all of this knowledge back with me and perhaps one day teach internationally.